Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Mike's 50. 180. It's out time, guys. It's out time. He's coming.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go. Big Dan. Super. Come. Sweep.
Gonna run the sweep here. This is Kupp. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
He's checking.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing on second down. Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit him with a screen soon.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returnable for Lockett. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. On first down, it's Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
On first down, it's Gurley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Goff. His throw incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to wind up and air it out. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that Puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They run it with Carson. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. JoJo Natson back deep for the Rams. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Kill.
On the toss, it's Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 20, 10, touchdown LA. Todd Gurley, 77 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. As an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson, this one into the hands of Metcalf. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
1st down, Seattle.
On 1st down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Well, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. It's caught inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now Wilson, buying time to his left. He may try and run. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. Myers' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 times.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Goff now looks to throw. Flushed out right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 88 yards. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson throwing again. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, as the first half is winding down, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary.
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
A 52-yard attempt.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance? And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh fighting the path to the QB there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's John Simon with a sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
12. We go. 76. 76.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's Gone. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's got some space here. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And nothing but daylight ahead.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Super one.
Again they run with Gurley.
I got you, boy.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back to throw, Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Out of the gun, gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Henderson, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. That's good for a Rams 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Goff on 1st down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to the workhorse today, it's Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. They run, it's Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Here's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Touchdown, LA! Brandon Cooks. with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Stays on his feet. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no? Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 49 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, Wilson, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. The extra point now coming from Myers. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Rams 38, Seahawks 30.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end. And
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 76 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He lost 6 there on the first down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then